everybody. DwarfCupS, Dwarves versus Underworld. Jesus Christ. This is going to be a slaughter. Let's do this.
Welcome, one and all, for what promises to be a regular Blood Bowl bruiser. So, lock up the wife and kids, take a six-pack out of the fridge, and settle down into your favorite chair for some feisty entertainment.
A true sport for true men. When a guy goes down in Blood Bowl, you don't expect him to be getting back up.
How ballsy.
What a nice day. Perfect Blood Bowl weather, Bob.
Yes, Jim, ideal weather for a game of Blood Bowl. Though I'm not sure it will end nicely for all the players.
Let's see what
The
happens.
Referees Guild has decided to hire a bodyguard for each game.
Another brilliant idea. And just how effective will one bodyguard be against a stadium full of supporters?
True, could be a bit one-sided.
Let's see.
question, Bob. Why do you think these Skaven agreed to join the Underworld Goblins to play Blood Bowl?
Well, I don't know, really. I'm sure it has something to do with that warp stone of theirs.
Yes, that's it, Bob. In fact, since
it's
they are both
terrible.
addicted to it,
Terrible.
their agreement is to simply share the warp stone they find.
Ah, so we have a team of two warp stone-addicted races playing together today? I don't know if it's a good thing, Jim.
Well, at least they found common ground, Bob. Or shouldn't I say, common underground? Did you hear about the Evil Gits? The team that is made up of the mix of evil players?
Their fans won the Most Evil Supporters of the Year award. Fully merited from what I've seen.
Hold still and then pow! Right in the face. Looks like there was some bad blood between those two, eh, Bob?
Yeah, Jim. Something to do with swapped body parts.
Hey.
Every now and again, Blood Bowl throws up a real mixed bag of a team.
Like the Motley Horde that's made up of a bunch of misfits.
Yeah, can't be easy to coach those cast-offs every day of the week.
something about Underworld teams, Bob. Why are the touchdown rats known to be so violent on the pitch, eh?
Because they're full of disgusting, mutated skavens, goblins, and trolls.
Yes, Bob! Well, no. In fact, that's absolutely normal. They're so violent because some of their Skaven players are former members of clan wars.
Okay, so that means they will offer us a blood-spattered spectacle. Good news, Jim.
Yes, Bob, but good news for the fans, and bad news for the ones that will have to clean up the pitch after they kill most of their opponents.
Right.
Hey. Aha.
It seems this player does all the talking with the fists.
And they clearly know how to get heard. In a game as physical as this, the player is really in the right place.
Exactly. It's really ugly.
I've heard of teams that have simply disappeared after being abandoned by their supporters.
Let's say that some teams who haven't won a match for several years have been tied up by their fans and thrown into rubbish containers.
It's the only way to end a downward spiral. I think she's singing him a lullaby. The Troll Slayers. You know that their first appearance dates back to 2465 in a match between the Giants and low-down rats.
No, I didn't. You know, me and the dwarves,
A blitzer called Stout Iron Fist was given the task of protecting the king's son. However, rats managed to blind Stout, and by the time he was able to clear his eyes, the king's son had been killed by the rat's troll. Stout fought into a frenzy and decapitated the troll.
Ouch. Poor troll.
Ugh.
What violence!
Yes! It's a great spectacle, Bob. That face job is a lot cheaper than a plastic surgeon.
I don't know if he planned it, but it won't do him any harm in the looks department.
Yes. No. Yes.
What?
Okay.
Right on the schmuzzle.
He'll have a bit of trouble blowing his nose from now on.
Corruption is so widespread that the Referees Guild has set out rules concerning where, when, and how one can accept a bribe.
Under an agreement signed last season, clubs are not allowed to offer less than the going rate.
Bye-bye.
You are not supposed to leave the pitch.
Don't worry, Jim. The crowd will teach them the rules.
Looks like the apothecary is healing the players.
It's why magic is banned for healing. Flames cauterize well, but they do leave a mark.
So they stick to tried and trusted methods.
Finally, there's one that lets his biceps do the talking.
From his opponent's point of view, it was a short conversation.
So, Bob, what do you think of the Underworld Creepers?
Well, just like everyone else, Jim, they're my favorite Underworld team.
And why is that, Bob?
Well, Jim, even if they're not very talented players, watching them hit each other all the time during the game is so thrilling, both for me and the fans.
Ah, that's so true, Bob. Fine choice. He sent him down for a chat with the Astro Granite.
There was a time when the colleges of magic hadn't yet ruled on limiting wizard assistants to teams.
Who could forget the infamous 2472 Quagmire incident, when rampant spellcasting caused the entire Bright Crusaders Stadium to sink into the earth?
Nobody could forget that. People were blinded for miles around the stadium.
He checked that move.
Made him look stupid, you mean?
Clean take up there, nothing to say.
And I don't have any remark to add, my friend.
Wizards have not always been able to cast spells safely from behind the sidelines. Were you playing at the time in an Albion League, a second division that prohibited spellcasting from off the pitch?
Oh, yes. They were great times. I remember fans traveling to games just to see how well Wizards stood up to the mad charge of a raving Blood Bowl star. The noise created by a sizzling fireball, followed by the characteristic sound of the snapping of a wizard's neck.
This player has opened the slapping box and gives rather generously.
Oh, he's knocked him senseless.
You're assuming then that he had something between his ears to begin with.
Dang, man, this is... I asked for this, though.
This player was really strong.
this
Do you think they have some troll blood in them?
Could be. Or maybe his opponent shouldn't speak that way about the family.
Nice left punch, right on the nose.
Sure was, Jim. It's broken now.
Hey, Bob, have you ever heard of the Skaven Blight Scramblers?
Yes, Jim, I've heard of them. But it's a Skaven team. Right now we have an Underworld team on the pitch. Concentrate.
Yes, I know, Bob. In fact, the Skaven Blight Scramblers are known to be the best Skaven players in their clan. Some other members of the clan were so jealous about this team that they left the clan and joined the Underworld Goblins to form their own Underworld team. The Underworld Scramblers.
Ah, so that's why their team names are so similar. Did the Underworld Scramblers form their team hoping to outrank the Skaven Blight Scramblers?
Exactly, Bob. In Blood Bowl, that's how you show to everyone that you're the best. As soon as he throws his first punch.
We know the opponent will be out for lunch.
Look over there. Some cute little elf beauties are selling big moot sandwiches in the stand.
Hey, I'm off to get one. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
And so now you like big moot sandwiches?
Ah, no way. A little elf?
That hurt. Good job his nose got in the way.
Yeah, otherwise he'd have got it full in the face.
This is painful.
Ouch! That punch knocked his teeth down his throat.
Yes, Jim, that's never a nice sight. You think you'll be able to get up after that blow, Jim?
Oh, yes. He's not the sort to stay down. Somebody's making a break for it.
I say he doesn't reach the changing room door.
chance. They're red hot. A majority of supporters reckon that the league should take measures to prevent the small minority of supporters from watching a match from the terraces.
They've got a point. If they don't want to join in the fun, they might as well stay home and watch it on Cablevision.
Typical of the referee. The players just get warmed up and he brings them off the field.
I reckon that several players will appreciate a few minutes rest.
All those grunts and
And we're off! The Blood Bowl annals are littered with the stories of teams gone bust with crippling debts.
And with the cost of doping and bribery on the rise, the problem won't be going away.
Boom! In the face! And then followed by a clean uppercut. Well done!
Yay! My troll survived. No.
Good recovery. Today's insight comes from Jaime Schnipper, coach and owner of the Goblin Lowdown Rats team. In yesterday's Spike magazine, he said that Blood Bowl was like war. No winners, just survivors.
Oh, that's deep. About as deep as his team's position in the rankings.
Well, that's one with a good reason to go see the apothecary.
Yep, looks like he's gonna need a good one.
That's one regulation clobbering.
Entry in motion.
What we'd like to see
More often.
Blood Bowl is reputedly the toughest of all sports.
So they say. But it really only comes down to taking a few hits. Incoming!
Well, it is a violent sport.
That reminds me of when I took DwarfCupS in the '91 final against Reichland.
Oh, yeah. You kneecapped him.
This is just not going well for me.
Hey, Bob, here we have an Underworld team. I can't wait to see what will happen.
Oh, yeah, Jim. Especially if they fight each other during the game, like they always do.
I'm sure they won't even pass the ball to their own teammates.
Ah, nicely said, Jim. And even if they do lose, the fans will be satisfied.
And so will we, Bob. And so will we.
Oh, yeah. Ouch! Have a nice sleep.
Little baby gets his medicine, and he's having a little nap.
Right in the face. The other guy
Jeez.
couldn't dodge that one. Luckily for him, he's in a coma.
Yeah, but I think it will still be hurting when he comes round in a day or two. You can't say much about that.
Full-blooded, but perfectly legal. Doping is really endemic in this sport.
Isn't it written into the game rules? I don't know if he really liked that uppercut.
He may not have liked it, but he certainly ate it.
So good.
I think he's singing him a lullaby.
Lee.
He sent him down for a chat with the Astrogranite.
Oh, nice move. Perfect pass. recent medical report stated that cerebral hemorrhages were less frequent in Blood Bowl players. Amazing.
So
Not
close.
really, when you consider that brains
So
are
close.
also less frequent.
In a game as physical as this, the player is really in the right place.
Exactly, it's really ugly.
Oh, brilliant side kick to the face. Let's see that again in slow motion.
It will be just a small step for the player, but a giant leap for the team.
One more touchdown!
Yep, looks like they've decided to step up a gear.
We don't see much of the heroes of law these days.
No, I don't know.
For any spectators who aren't aware, the heroes of law hope to show the world a better way by honest, strategic play on the pitch.
It's probably a good thing we don't see them.
Here we go again for another bloodbath.
Oh, no, another one who actually plays the ball.
Badly done. It was a good effort, though.
That's what happens when a pro crosses an amateur.
Yes, splodge.
Excellent. Yes. Yes.
Bob, do you know what happened in 2480 when the Underworld Creepers played against the Greenfield Grass Huggers?
I'm not really familiar with Underworld dates, Jim. You'll have to refresh my memory.
I see. Well, the Grass Huggers had 12 players instead of 11. Yes, they had two halflings standing on each other, dressed as an ogre.
Oh, what an impressive tactic. And then what happened?
Very simple. The Creepers' troglodyte captain ate both of them, and the game continued.
Ah, well, that's Blood Bowl.
Somehow he managed to slip the tackle.
What a shame. Looks like there was some bad blood between those two, eh, Bob?
Yeah, Jim. Something to do with swapped body parts. teams that have simply disappeared after being abandoned by their supporters.
Let's say that some teams who haven't won a match for several years have been tied up by their fans and thrown into rubbish containers.
It's the only way to end a downward spiral.
There's no way he's gonna score a touchdown laid out on the pitch like that. Finally, there's one that lets his biceps do the talking.
Yeah, but from his opponent's point of view, it was a short conversation.
Aha!
Now, there's one that won't be coming back in a hurry. This player is gonna have a little nap.
And the wake-up will not be too early after this one.
Well, that's one with a good reason to go see the apothecary.
Yep, looks like he's gonna need a good one. If insults had any effect on the trajectory of the ball, I guarantee that the dwarfs would be world champions.
Yep, the ball is catched.
They say this player has the hands of a stranger, but knows how to use them for other things for sure.
Nice.
They're getting dangerously close to the end zone.
That was good. No.
Can't say much about that.
Full-blooded, but perfectly legal.
Touchdown.
And the scoreboard can't keep up with the touchdowns. This is just blowing a fuse.
That wasn't a fuse,
Oh,
though.
wow.
The fans just catapulted a player's head into it.
Yay, one guy came back.
Three, two, one.
Bust up.
A recent medical report stated that cerebral hemorrhages were less frequent in Blood Bowl players. Amazing, come to think of it.
Not really, when you consider that brains are also less frequent.
The ball is in his hands.
He's got rid of the ball. The troll tried to eat him.
I did it.
You'll have a bit of trouble blowing his nose from now on.
Boop.
It's over now, so they can go and cry on their mother.
They had victim written on their faces as they traipsied out onto the pitch.
Now some of them have it scraped into their backs. My gut reaction would be that
Excellent.
without the ball, it's impossible to win a match.
Give me some
Well,
notice
that's it,
if your
guys.
gut
See y'all
reaction goes
later.
any further.